Hi, as the business grows, you may need more network port for the new IP device, such like an IP camera, access point, VoIP phone, even a PC computer. The straightforward solution is wiring a new Ethernet cable from the router to the edge, so you got a new connection. But this costs not only the money but also the time. Is there any solution we can just use this cable to expand the RJ45 port, the network port? Yes, in this video we are going to demonstrate how to expanding the network port without rewiring the cable. First, let's take a look at the basic setup. This is the router. We got one Ethernet cable from the router to the RJ45 panel. So we just got one cable, also one RJ45 port. First, we will need this PoE Power Switch. This switch eventually will stay at the edge, so you got additional RJ45 port. There's not much different. You got 4 additional port. With this one, you have 7 additional port. But there's one thing different from this switch to the regular switch. It can power by the other switch. We also say PoE Power Switch. That means you don't need the power source at the edge. Through this Ethernet cable, this switch can get both power and data through the center. So that's the key to reuse the Ethernet cable. You got additional port. I understand you may wonder whether it can work with non-PoE power over internet device or not, because it sounds like we got the power for all the port, and sometimes we just need to work with the non-PoE like the PC computer or the printer. Don't worry, the PoE technology is smart enough to determine whether your device requires power or not. If it's just the printer which doesn't need the power, the port will send the data only. If this is like the IP camera or access point, you can use the single Ethernet cable, connect to one of the PoE port, and it will supply both power and data to your device. Okay, we still need other things. Where the power come from? Because this is just the router. It only can provide the data. It cannot supply power to any other device. So we also need this PoE injector. The PoE injector, there's 2 ports. One of the ports needs to be connecting to the router, getting the data from the router. And actually, there are power source built into the PoE injector. And we inject the power and combine with the data and send through this Ethernet cable to the edge. All right, now let me just make a quick connection. First, I'm going to power this PoE injector. This is the AC port. First, let me just using the AC power cord to power the PoE injector. Now the PoE injector is getting the power. Next, I remove the Ethernet cable from the router. This is the existing Ethernet cable linking to the edge. So we need to plug to one of the PoE port. Meanwhile, we also need a short punch code to link the PoE injector to the router to get the data. So now, this PoE injector is getting the data from the router, also the power from the AC. It will convert to the standard PoE and sending through the Ethernet cable. Let's move to the edge. You can see there's just one terminal. We need to remove this RJ45 from the panel, and we are going to use this 7-port PoE Power Switch. We plug to one of the specific port. It's port number 8. Only the port number 8 can take the PoE power from the edge. So now everything's ready. We got 7 ports, but we still need to put one back to the panel so we don't lose the connection. We just got one of the port and connect to the panel. Totally, we will have 6 additional ports. Now we can connect some of the new IP device to this additional port. Let's just try with the IP camera. This is the PoE IP camera. The camera supports PoE, so we just need a single Ethernet cable. It can carry both power and data to the camera. I also need this punch code. Now I'm going to use this port because it seems more convenient for me. Now let me just connect the cable to the camera. Meanwhile, let me just switch the screen to the NVR network video recorder. Now you can see the camera is live. It's the remote focus, so it's getting the focus. It will take a while to have the best view. Actually, there's still one more thing it's hitting in this kind of solution. It's not only expanding the RJ45 port, now you got 6 additional, but also it's repeating the network distance. You see, from the second switch to the edge, you can still have about 100 meter connection. So that means the edge device doesn't have just stay next to this switch. It can be 100 meter, about 300 feet far from this switch. Alright, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.